Hello everyone, welcome back to the QA Automation Studio. So this is phase 3, part 3.1. So in this phase 1, we are going to learn JavaScript basics, and it is a prerequisite for learning the playwright. So in this phase, we are going to learn what is a synchronous programming and what is a asynchronous programming. Then we will cover detail the difference between synchronous programming and asynchronous programming. After that, we will cover how to achieve asynchronous programming using callback, and then how to achieve asynchronous programming using promises, and finally we will cover what is the exact use of async and await in asynchronous programming. So this is a must watch phase for a beginner, those who are not aware of JavaScript basics. Those who are aware these concepts, I will recommend skip this phase and watch next phase. In this video, we will cover two important concepts: what is a synchronous programming and what is a asynchronous programming. So for synchronous programming, we will cover two real life example and one programming language. And after that, we will see a few disadvantages of synchronous programming. And for asynchronous programming, we will cover two real life example, and then finally we will cover one programming example. Number one, what is a synchronous programming? So here, synchronous programming means one task at a time, one task at a time, and next task wait until the previous one finishes. So two important things here: one task at a time, and second thing, next task wait until the previous one finishes. So let's see a real life example number one for the synchronous programming. Let's see a real life example number one, bank queue. Consider you are in a bank and waiting in a queue line. So basically, it is a simple process. At a time, one person is served. So each person wait till finishes the next person. So here, all the last persons feels blocking situations. And finally, here you will see it will take more time to finish all these persons' stuff. Second real life example of synchronous programming is petrol pump queue. So here also you will see it is a basic simple process. At a time one person is served, or you can say one car is served. So each car wait till finishes the next car. So here you will see the all the last cars feels blocking situations. So let's see programming example of asynchronous programming. So here you will see I have written three steps in the console.log. In console.log, I have written step 1, step 2, step 3. So if you are familiar with any programming language, let's say C or Java or JavaScript, then you will quickly get the what is the output. So we will learn this code and let's see what is the exact output for this three lines. We will get all the lines in a sequence. Here you will see we will get first step number 1, then step number 2, step number 3. So each after finishing the each task, then only the second start will be executed. After finishing the second task, then only this third line will be executed. So we will get our output in exact sequence whatever we have written over here. So if we want to use a simple basic coding, then this synchronous programming is really helpful. Now let's discuss the disadvantages of synchronous programming. So the first one is a blocking behavior. So each task must finishes before the next one starts. If one task is slow, then everything waits. Second thing, it has a poor performance for input and output operations. So basically, it is a time-consuming operations for API calls, file read, and database query. So it will block the entire flow. Third one is it is not suitable for real-time applications. So basically, it is a bad choice for chat apps, live dashboards, streaming, or user interactive systems. Number four, it has a low scalability. Handling many users or requests become difficult over here. So one slow request can delay all others. Number five, it has a bad user experience. So basically, the UI freezes in browsers or apps, and Usually user feels the application is stuck. Number six, wasted resources. So here you will see all the system resources are underutilized while waiting for the tasks to complete. Number seven, hard to use in modern web apps. So in nowadays modern JavaScript environment like browser, Node.js are designed for non-blocking async operations. Next, what is the asynchronous programming? So basically, asynchronous programming means start a task, don't wait, continue other work, and handle the result later. Real life example number one of asynchronous programming: order the pizza. Here you will see one person is ordering a pizza. He will order the pizza. He will not wait for that uh, to deliver the pizza. He will do the other work, and after a few times a pizza will arrive. So here you don't stand at a kitchen and wait. Your main task, that is order the pizza, run at background. You can work another task. Your main task will finish after some time. Real life example number two of asynchronous programming: order from Amazon. Here you will see one person is ordering a product from a Amazon site. He will order he had ordered a one product, and he will not wait for that product. He will do other work. After specified date, he will get their product. So you don't wait here for the product. Your main task, that is a product order, run at background. You can work another task. Your product will arrive after a few days. So let's see example number three of asynchronous programming in programming way. So here I have written the first line console.log. Into the bracket I have written a start message, and second line I have added this set timeout. It is a callback function. Here you will see, don't worry if you are not getting this right now. We will discover in upcoming videos what is this set timeout. So finally in number three, I have written console.log. Into that I have printed end message. So here you will see the output will be generated in the sequence of it will be printed this first line start. After the second line of execution, it will wait for 5000 seconds. That is 5000 milliseconds. That is 5 seconds. In between, it will shifted to this line. So the second number, we will see the end message printed over here, and finally we will see this message task is done. So this is a asynchronous programming language. So this task, here we will summarize this video. So what is synchronous programming? So synchronous programming means one task at a time, and next task wait until the previous one finishes. And what is the example of asynchronous programming? We have seen a bank queue example, and then we have seen a petrol pump queue example. In programming language, we have seen a console.log, or three lines of console.log. So they have printed in a sequential manner. So what is the disadvantages of synchronous programming? We have seen it is a blocking behavior. It has a poor performance for input and output operations, and basically it is not suitable for real-time applications. Also, it is not suitable for modern web apps, and basically it has a wasted resources and bad user experience. So all these disadvantages we have seen for synchronous programming, and then we have seen what is the asynchronous programming. So basically, now let's see today's video tasks. So the first task: have you seen any synchronous issue in real life? Give me the example. So the second task is, let's consider sequential, or you can say synchronous executions. So the task one contains 1 minute to execute. So task two contains 3 minutes to execute, and task three contains 1 minute to execute. So all tasks are run sequentially, individually. So how much time to get to execute task two and task three? In next video, we will see what is the difference between synchronous programming and asynchronous programming. Here we will cover all aspects of synchronous programming versus asynchronous programming. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.